Welcome to another episode of In-Car Vlogging. I'm GH Amani. You can call me Ghana Fan Tube. I also have another channel called Socially Guy. So today, I just want to give you some tips on how to apply for successful Schengen visa. A lot of us, a lot of Ghanaians get bounced or get refused for some stupid reason. So I just want to give you some tips. These tips might help you a lot. As you can see here, I'm well traveled. I've been to a lot of countries. I've been to Germany, I've been to France, I've been to Spain, I've been to US. I have papers ready for Canada and so many of them. Yeah, so I just want to give you some tips how to apply for a Schengen visa and how to get it. All right. So first thing, you have to make sure you have a valid passport, and make sure your passport is actually have more than 6 month validity in the passport. Yeah. And then once you have the passport, now what we need to do, we need to gather evidence. We need to gather evidence before we even pick up the application, right? Yeah. So the evidence we need to gather. So for example, you need to ask yourself, why do you want to go to Germany, or why do you want to go to a Schengen country? I believe you want to go for vacation. Everybody needs a vacation once in a while. If you work very, very hard, you need a vacation. Yeah. I'm saying this because tourist visa is actually, I would say, is the easiest to get. Yeah, as a Ghanaian. So now you ask yourself, what you want to go do. Let me pick Germany, for example. You know what you want to go do in Germany. Now you do your itinerary, probably 7 days. Let's pick 7 days. Yeah, you did your itinerary. Day one, you're arriving, you're going to chill, and just chill around the area where to chill. Grab a pint of beer, in Germany, and that's your first day because you don't know what time the flight might arrive. If the flight might be there, arrive there in the morning. If you arrive in the morning, then bingo, then you can your journey can start from there. You can say in the morning you want to go see the Brandenburg Gate. Is it Brandenburg Gate or the Berlin Wall? That's pretty simple. So you did itinerary. Day one, this is what you're doing. Day two, this is what you're doing. Day three, if you want to visit another city in Berlin, you have all these monuments listed, so that your itinerary is all planned. Your itinerary is all planned. How you traveling to those cities, whether you're using a tram, whether you're using a train, whether you're using the buses, or whether you're hiring a car. All these things are planned. Your itinerary is all sorted. Yep. Now, the next thing. That's evidence one is tick. Now we need to gather, if you're self-employed, you need to make sure you have all the company documents, everything ready. Yeah, because they will ask you that. Or you don't want them to ask you that, because provide them so that they don't need to ask questions, so that you tick the box. And then if you're an employee, if you're working, make sure your HR get you a letter, book a holiday, so that the HR department approve your holiday, so that it's on paper that, okay, you'll be out of the country so and so day, and you'll be back on so and so day. And also ask them if they could get you a hard copy of this approval. Yeah, that's done. Now here is the hardest part. They want to prove, to make sure you're not going to be a burden to the country, or you're going to return back when your holiday finish. How do you prove this? One, you have statements. If you're working, you have a bank statement that matches your pay slip. If you don't have, if you're self-employed, you have evidence that this is how the money comes in, that this is how you're going to support yourself. Yeah, you have all these. I would probably say Germany, they recommend you have 100 euros a day. So just make it 150 or 200. But if you have more than 10,000 pounds or 10,000 euros in your account, bingo, you just have to prove that this money is how you earn it. This money is legit. So that money comes in and go out, so that the money account is well used. So that, and if your employer, if you have a company, and you have receipts, you have evidence that shows that the money that been paid in is from this company, is from sales, or is from a service that you provide, you know, all those things. Have those documents ready. And once the document is now ready, now once we have the evidence ready, we just have to make sure we print it out. So I will recommend, for first timer, I will recommend you print at least 4 months. But if you have 6 months, print it. You know, they require 3 months, but if you have 6 months, print it. So if you're watching this video, if you haven't started already, you know, all you have to do now is start prepping your statement, start prepping your account. So in 6 months time, you're ready to apply for this visa. So how do you prep your statement? I mean, how do you prep your account? You know, you get money paid into the account. You make sure when you provide a service for someone, instead of them giving you cash, ask them to pay it into the account. And also on the bank account, on the deposit form, ask them to put what is it for, whether it's for service, or whether it's for delivery, or whether it's a food that they bought from you, or whether it's a construction. Ask them to put that. Yeah, that's tick box 1. Is tick. Now you prep your statement, your account is looking all brilliant, it's looking good. Now fine, you might not travel before, your passport is virgin, there's no stamp in it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is the first time you're telling them that you go to their country and you return back without, you know, staying there. Now you got your statements, right? Now we need to go to booking.com. I always use booking.com as it's very easy to use, it's very easy to book. They don't take your money. So we're going to booking.com. We're going to look for average hotel. I would suggest you book somewhere closer to town, easy for transport. Always book something like 1 mile to a train station, or 1 mile to city center, or at least 3 miles maximum, or 4 kilometers maximum. Then when you set for the hotel, don't go for the most expensive one. I know you might have money, but don't go for the most expensive one. I go for the average, at least the ones that have a good rating. You know, I would probably say, if you don't have money, go for something between 60 euros or 80 euros. If you have money, go for something between 120 and 170 euros. Radisson Blu is one of them. It's quite a beautiful hotel, and it's in the city center. It's next to the monument, so you won't have problem. And once you book this, make sure you use your credit card, your debit card, and then let them put your name. Make sure your name, your full name is on the booking. Yeah, and then once you had a booking confirmation, there's no money taken. Just print it out. And also go to your email and print a hard copy. Yeah, and also another thing I would recommend you do is contact the hotel and just ask them that you book a hotel with them, but you just want to confirm to make sure the booking is there. You know, once they confirm, because in Germany they might call the hotel. That's what they do. They like to do things properly. Just ask them if they receive your booking reservation. Once they do that, at least you know your reservation check mark is ticked. Now we need to pick application form. No, not application form. We need to go to travel agencies and also book do a travel insurance. Do a travel insurance at least worth more than 30,000 euros, should in case you got sick or something happened. The German government won't be paying for your medical bills. You know, at least you have a travel insurance that's going to take care of this. Yeah, and also, yeah, just cover that. Now once we've done that, like I said, this is just tips, right? This is that I'm not saying you're going to get a visa, but I'm telling you that you are on the right path to get the visa. You probably 80% of getting this visa. Now you pick a form. I would recommend you do a photocopy of the form. Yeah, do a photocopy of the form, and then when the photocopy is done, you know, fill the form fill the form and put the dates that you book, put the date in to make sure everything is right. And then once you put everything on the paper, now you know, you're confident that okay, all the data is correct. Now what we're going to do, we also have to book a flight. If you know a flight, or if you know a travel agency that can get a flight reservation book without you paying for the full amount, get that done as well. Now once you have the data ready and transfer to a copy, now we're going to put the real data now onto the full application form. Now you sit down properly, have a ball pen, you know, read application very, very carefully again and again, and then fill the form, fill it, fill the form, and make sure when your application form is filled, sign. Make sure you sign that application, right? Make sure you sign that application and also date it. Yeah, and then when we're done, what do we have to do now? Now make a copy of everything, photocopy of your passport, photocopy of everything, right? And also have 2 passport pictures ready. Once the 2 passport pictures ready, now we're almost done. Now you go to the Germany website or the Schengen website and then look for appointment date and then book for appointment. Yeah, book for appointment. Book for appointment. And now once the appointment is done, now you're ready. You know you're going to submit your application. You don't need to be scared. They're not going to kill you. You know, when the day is when you reach, I mean, what's the right word to use? When you got to that day, the day you're going to submit the application, make sure you just dress smart, you know. I will probably suggest you wear a shirt, a nice shirt, long sleeve. I don't wear tie a lot, so wear a shirt with probably a document folder where all your document, your passport, everything can be in, you know, so that when you ask for this, you know you have them. Yeah, have a document folder. Sorry guys, I'm just looking for parking. I can't find it. Yeah. And look for a document folder. Once you got the folder ready, now you head to the embassy, you got your ticket. There'll be a gentleman or a lady who is going to ask you some questions just to make sure you're going for the right reason, you know, because that's what they do. They have to make sure you're going for the right reason. Now once we get to the embassy, you know, be very confident. Be very confident and be assertive, because they're going to ask you all these questions to make sure you're going to their country for the right reason. They're going to ask you all these questions that you're going to the country for the right reason. Now be ready to answer every question, because they will ask you, why are you going to the country, how long you're going for, where are you visiting, and you know you have your itinerary, so you're not lying. Everything is on the documents, but they just want to ask you that whatever you have on the form, you remember, or you telling them the facts. Yeah, tell them. Have your dates that you arrive in the country, have everything memorized the night before, or practice it quite a few times. Then once you practice all this, you know, and you answer all the questions, there's no stammering. Sometimes you get nervous the first time, it's fine, but make sure you answer all the questions right. And now they'll give you a date when your visa or your application form will be processed, or whatever when it to be ready. I'll probably say when your visa will be ready. You know, all you have to do now is fingers crossed, and I guarantee you'll receive the passport with your 3 months or 1 month, because as the first time sometimes it might give you even 10 days or 11 days, but who cares, you have a visa. So once you receive the passport, check the details to make sure the visa, your name, everything is correct. And then once you check that, look, ta-da, now you're going to Germany. You're going to visit. You're going to show pictures on Instagram, you know, you're going to explore. That's the beginning of your visa process. Now, when you want to go somewhere, it's very easy for you to get a visa because you've been somewhere, you came back, pretty easy. So guys, if this video is very, very, very useful, very how do you call it, informative to you, or if this video help you get the visa, please do comment below. And also share these videos with friends, family, or families abroad who are traveling, who wants their families to visit them but they don't know what documents they need. Share this video with them. This little information might help them get a visa or to reunite with their families. So guys, it's been a pleasure working with you. And you know, the link below there, if you want to support my channel, you can just click on there and then donate to my channel. Yeah, so it's been a pleasure working with you again, and I hope this information, this piece of information, is very, very useful to many of you. You know, I'm not a visa, I'm not a travel agent, but I thought maybe I might share my experience with my fellow Ghanaians or fellow Africans who might want to travel to Europe for vacation. So until then, another episode just ended like that. Please don't forget to subscribe though. Thank you. Thank you.